Before I begin with the update, let me just break this down for you. Now, picture you being a father or a mother. You come home from uh, a hard day's work. On your way home, you eat a dinner, stop off to eat some dinner. And then you come home and you do like a lot of people do around the world. They like to check their social media, and you look on your social media, and what do you see but your own children, your own daughters, being brutally beheaded before your eyes, all for the purpose of glorification of an ideology, a religion, a race of people. And then picture this. Now you're waiting for the remains of your daughters to be flown home to you because they're in pieces. It's pathetic, sad. Why do I do these videos on this particular subject? Because the media has done nothing but downplay these poor girls, these parents, these poor girls that were murdered, and then disrespecting these families. I told you in a video before that these parents will always be reminded of what happened to their daughters. Because why? Because Europe, all of these countries letting in these terrorists by the thousands, and these terrorists come in, they cause havoc in the country, they go out and fight with ISIS, they do all these crazy things, and you can imagine being a parent and seeing that there's no justice. There's still nothing being done. These guys are setting up somewhere in jail, but nothing's been done. So the update is that a Swiss man, I don't have all the details of it, but naturally the media is not going to give you everything, but there was someone who trained these 15 men and were training them for terrorist activities, and he got arrested here not too long ago. So there's a lot of, and I'm sure there's a lot more involved than just those guys, but I'm surprised that they're still making arrests. Meanwhile, your precious media, who's supposed to be there for the citizens of the country, oh, well, they just had their, it wasn't Muslims, it was terrorists. Whatever. Oh, they had their throats slit. No, that's not all that happened. They were brutally raped, brutally tortured, and brutally beheaded while they're filming it live on Facebook. So when you see this whole mosque thing that in Sweden that was where one guy goes in and he kills 49 Muslims, and the whole world rises up against fascism or racism and white people and this and the president and anybody else they could tie to it. You don't hear nothing about these two girls. You don't see no mentioning of their names. You don't see people. You don't see presidents coming out and mourning and putting coming out and mourning and making promises to get rid of all these terrorists and standing against terrorism. No, you don't see all that, do you? You don't see nothing being said. All you see is two white girls that were innocently butchered, and well, you see videos on YouTube where these white girls should have never been there. They should have never, shut up. Hey, there should never be terrorists there. How about that? There should never be terrorists in your country. How about that? I don't know what video that was I watched. That's just a stupid video. Well, they shouldn't have been. I get the reasoning behind it. But that's just a disrespect to those two girls and their families for what has happened. Are we going to do anything about it? you got over 600 girls, women, gang raped, beaten, groped, fondled. But we don't want to upset the Muslims. The Muslims, it's just because the Muslims, they don't know any different. So, we just have to let them do it. It is absolutely pathetic and weak. These people that downplay violent acts against citizens of their own countries because they're white. One particular video where the Muslim says, well, she's just asking for it. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I promise you. If something's not done, if the people of each country don't rise up against this messed up ideology, why on earth did we, other than we know that it's liberals and socialists, but these liberals and socialists are white. Think about that. And they're letting in terrorists after terrorists. Now you got guys over there in each country training these terrorists for what? To take over. I bring up this video because there's no justice for those girls. And we can't forget. Just like I live here in the United States, we cannot forget 9/11. We cannot. Remember, for those of you who know, these guys flew a plane into a building and yelled out, "Allah Akbar!" Nuts, and killed themselves. So, anyway, I'm going to stop it right there. But that's the update that they arrested. I'm surprised that a man's been arrested. I really am. That they actually arrested someone else. So that brings the total to 15, 16 people that were involved in this brutal rape, brutal torture, and brutal beheading of these two innocent. Listen, I don't care if they were liberal women. I don't care if they were they should never have to fear in their own country, have the fear of, I may be beheaded for Allah Akbar. I'm out.